What do I say? Welcome to the Toke&Trans podcast, where we talk life, love, and getting high. Grab a J and join us.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boys, Aaron and Beau, here with another episode of Toke&Trans. Means we're smoking weed, and we're the two guys that are the Toke&Trans guys that everybody knows about and talks to in our families and friends. And you might have the same kind of experience. I feel like there's like the gay best friend or whatever, the person that they know, and then they also have like the trans person. They're like, oh, I know a trans person. So that's today we're talking top surgery, preparing for top surgery. If you're excited about top surgery, if you're researching top surgery, or if your date is scheduled and you're really excited, this one is for you. And Beau, tell them our good news for the day.
Our friend Dean got top surgery, and we're so happy for them.
Yes.
I think
gosh.
as we're talking, I think they're 11 days post-op. Drains are out, had the first shower,
Yes.
living his best life, loving it. His results are incredible so far. So
smiling ear to ear.
In honor of Dean, we're gonna be talking about, questions that you have about top surgery, answering those questions. And maybe you didn't have these questions, and then you realize after you listen to this, you're like, wow, okay, I didn't realize I had that question, but I actually did.
Well, good thing I listened.
I know for me, before surgery, I knew nothing about like the drains.
Okay.
Like, I knew I would be getting them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I was just so excited about getting top surgery. I think I really didn't care about any questions that I had. Or if I did have any questions, I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
If I needed to know, they would surely tell me.
That's a later me problem.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I got top surgery. I don't care. So
the biggest part is that I got top surgery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's a good thing you're here. Your biggest
after top surgery, what did you look back and be like, I wish I knew more about whatever going into it?
That's a great question.
Or do you think you were pretty inquisitive and had all your questions answered?
I mean, I think since I had been waiting like 10 years for top surgery, I was so excited that in one way that researching top surgery and like how to prepare for it and things I needed and all those things like helped me get through those years where I didn't have the ability to do so. So it was like I felt like I did a shit ton of research, but there's also only so much research that you can do because everybody's body is different. So everybody's going to go through different experiences and different situations and stuff. But if I could go back, I would probably God, I didn't really know much about like the dog ears on the side and like that whole situation. Like I knew it was a possibility, and honestly I was just kind of like hoping that it didn't happen to me too bad. But I didn't know about that, and I also would have really preferred to go somewhere that was openly gender affirming. I think that would have really changed my experience, like as for like pre-appointments, day of appointments, post-op appointments. Where I went was like closer to me, but it didn't. There was not one positive like queer open facing thing, and which is and it was, I don't know, and I just had like a weird feeling, kind of weird vibes there, and I actually just recently found out that they are no longer offering that surgery at their clinic. So I don't know, it was just kind of a weird thing. So I definitely probably would have chose a gender affirming clinic because there was other options around me, and you just don't know,
right.
So
that's
what I would say.
And your bedside manner wasn't that great. I think you would have got a lot better bedside manner if you had been able to go to a more affirming place.
Yeah.
Well,
So if you do have, when you're doing your research, take that into consideration. Obviously you're excited. You want to go to the place that's closest, or closest to you, or the first or second option that you look into. This was actually my third option I looked into before actually doing it. My insurance changed a bunch of times beforehand, but over the
mhm,
10 years I was waiting. But
right.
but yeah, no, that's definitely what I would say. How did you choose your surgeon? Like, what was the path for you? Because I feel like that is like, I feel like when you choose your surgeon, like, all right, we're locking this shit in. Like, we're
Mhm,
getting close. You're more like ready about, like, maybe financially you have a plan, maybe just like strategically you have a plan. How did you
mhm.
choose your surgeon?
Well, for me, I had to. I was kind of like at the whim of who went by BMI limit or not.
Okay.
Um, it was like I couldn't. It was like a beggars can't be choosers kind of thing. Um, because thankfully I'm in a very like dense area, like population wise. So there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of hospitals in the immediate
Okay.
area, like a lot of these places, and also I'm in a very like blue bubble in a red state, and also surrounded
Right.
by a lot of blue states. So
Right. I got you.
if I
Got
couldn't
you.
find something in my state, I could find something relatively close.
So you
Um,
so you had kind of like a different situation. You had like a shit ton of list numbers to go through and just call, call,
right,
call, call,
exactly.
call. I got you.
And oh
I
my
got you.
god, okay, tip number 1, be prepared for the heartbreak of spending all day calling your top picks and all of them
Mm.
saying that they cannot operate on you because your BMI does not fall within their limit. And also be prepared for all of these places to have different BMI limits. As if it Oh god, that pissed me off. Cuz like if it
Ugh.
we all know that it's not rooted in any kind of fucking real science besides eugenics. Um that isn't to say that eugenics is a real science, whatever. Anyway, um,
No,
um
I got you,
like if it
dude.
was
That
if it
is
was if it was something real, they would all be the same, right? They would all have the same fucking BMI limit. But it's
that's
like they
crazy.
don't.
And to not
So yeah. And
wow.
it was it was like for me, I needed to find somebody that worked on my BMI limit, because if it came to I'm someone that has history with I don't have a very good relationship with food. I have eating disorder history. It's if it came to you need to lose 50 pounds in order to get top surgery, I can tell you for a fact I would do it in the fastest way possible, and that would not be the healthiest thing for me, you know.
Right. Right. The
So
way
I'm
that, yeah,
like,
no, I
come on. If you're telling me
yeah,
50 pounds stands in between me and getting the surgery that I need to save my life and make my life worth living, are you kidding me?
yeah.
I will starve
That you've
myself.
been waiting for.
Like, I'm
Right.
sorry.
And you're like,
And I'm
wait, I know that about myself. Let me
right.
yeah, no, I got you. So were you able
Exactly.
to find multiple doctors that did work within your BMI?
I did not. And for the same reason why when you if you lost something you looked for and you found it, you don't keep looking for it. So
Right. Yeah.
I
No, I
found a
got you.
surgeon that was in Philly that took my
Hmm.
I I hadn't seen he he didn't have any results posted anywhere. I didn't
Yeah.
see any results until I had my consultation with him, and he showed me like two pictures from his
Okay.
laptop. I couldn't even tell you what I have no idea. I have no idea if I even liked what those results were. I must have, but
Yeah.
in my mind I was like, I've seen, and like up at this point, researching and stuff, I've seen what bad results can look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And I'm thinking I would much rather have these bad results, because under a shirt, it's nobody's business.
I can
And it would,
breathe.
right, right. Because even if it looks ugly as fuck, even if it looks chopped and botched, at least they're gone, type of thing. And
Yeah.
And I was like, if I need to fix it in the future, it'll have to be out of pocket. I'll raise the money. If I have to get it
Right.
covered in tattoos to make it like because the scar's too whatever, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of these things and like so in my mind, worst case scenario, it looks ugly as hell, but at least they're gone. So I'm still happy. And
Right.
that's what I was thinking in my mind going in. Like
Yeah.
there's a big chance that this could just not look good.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna have to be okay with that. And then when my results ended up looking like as awesome as they did, it was nothing but, I have a
You were like,
weird
oh
I have a weird
fuck,
little
thank
thing.
God.
I have this weird little fold from like where it got pinched or whatever, but I'm like,
Kind of like I think they call them like tight spots. I think they called mine a
yeah.
tight spot.
Yeah,
I
cuz
have one.
I almost have it on the other side too. You can kind of see this like crease where it wants to do it, but it didn't do it as bad on the other side. Um
Hmm.
but I'm like, whatever. People
You're like
have
out of everything.
yeah. People have weird noses, people have birthmarks, people have, you know, limps, people have
Seriously.
body differences all the time. Who gives a fuck? Not me. My titties are gone.
Exactly. Exactly.
you know?
You have no you're like you have no idea what it was like to wear those all the time and never be able to take them off. So
Right.
it's like, bro, you said like you should have felt it the before, like
Yeah.
to fully understand the feeling.
Yeah. So, I mean, like,
Definitely.
do I wish I could have had an experience like yours where I could shop around and like I could afford to like see results because I didn't have to worry about being accepted by, and I could pick my favorite surgeon,
Yeah.
because I know that they would
Yeah.
accept me because my body size wasn't a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wish I got to have that experience, but um
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not unhappy with my I love my results.
Yeah.
And
No, 1,000%.
yeah, my
Yeah,
surgeon was
dude, you
great.
look good.
So,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
dude, you
Same
do
to
look
you.
good. I don't know who's having like a great experience shopping for top surgeons because like in my it, like with because I had did not have a super like I feel like I would have had to travel over like probably 6 hours to or more to get to somewhere where where they would have been able where I would have been able to shop through results and those types of things.
Yeah.
I saw like two or three pre-top surgery pictures online, but
Mhm.
none of their bodies look like mine. So I was like, I mean, it's helpful, but it's not super helpful.
Mhm.
And then when I went there, he showed me some more photos that I saw and I asked questions about, but it's kind of I mean, it's almost kind of like a sales pitch. You don't really like know, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because, so like for that it was I feel like this whole process is still really tricky and it needs and I feel like there's like websites that are making it a little easier. People are coming out with some more resources and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely I felt really lost in the beginning of the process for sure.
Oh my god, yeah. I always whenever I describe it to people, I say that I was lost in the void of my transition. That
The
that and
void.
that period of time like after testosterone, pre top surgery, I call it the void of my transition because I had no idea where to start. I felt like
Oh, I
everywhere
got
I
you.
looked was just like it depends on your state, it depends on your state, and I couldn't find anybody to give me
Depends on
straight
your
answers
insurance.
about my state, right, or my insurance,
Yeah.
right. So it was
Your
just like
plan of the insurance.
I
Yeah.
know, and I didn't know what I didn't deductible out of pocket, like these things. I don't know,
Insurance
and
is
I
wild.
wanted
Yeah.
somebody, very smart who had been through it exactly the way that I was going through it with my insurance in my state in my
Yeah.
body size to come over and hold my hand and
Exact.
say, click this, call this number, say this,
Exactly.
do that.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Yeah.
And it was I felt lost.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No.
I think the first thing I did was call places once I got a surgery, or once I got an insurance that I knew would cover it, um was when I started calling places and asking if they were in my network. Or wait, no, I called my insurance and
Yeah. Yeah.
and I got a list of in-network numbers, and then that's when I started calling and asking if they
Yeah.
were BMI
Yeah.
friendly, like what their BMI limit was or whatever.
Going down the list.
And then right, and then I called Temple Hospital and they're
Mhm.
like, "We don't have a BMI limit." And I was like, "Book me when?" Right now. I'm not,
Click.
because at that point I had been turned down by like 5 of my top
I'm
choices.
free.
So I was like, I can't deal with the rejection anymore, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like that's exactly a great place to start, is the back of that insurance card, because that is those are the people that are like trained to help you at least get you a list. And I
Mhm.
cannot tell you how many times I had to call the motherfuckers on the phone, and you're like, I have no idea who I'm talking to. I don't know if they're trans friendly. I don't know if
Right.
they're actually going to help me, because they might not be trans friendly. I don't know if you know what I mean? Like, everything
Yeah.
is changing. I feel like even if you have the same insurance for a while, deductibles change and the plan changes. Things go up and down in different ways. And you're
Yeah.
like, so things may not be the same thing the first time I called. And I felt like over the 10 years that I waited for top surgery, I feel like I called my insurance and surgeons probably at least like 20 times
Yeah.
in different ways, asking different questions and being like, okay, that's my coverage. I understand my coverage. And then like a year later, I call them, it's like completely different. And I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
that's my coverage. And I got it. And to be honest with you, it did not work out at all the way it was fucking supposed to. I
Yeah.
had the insurance I was supposed to. I paid
Mhm.
the deductible I thought I was supposed to pay.
Yep.
I made a video, I think, about my exact numbers because my brain is shit. So I go to my TikTok if you
Yeah.
to find those exact numbers.
Yeah.
But I straight up was like, okay, I paid. I'm pretty sure it was like 1,500 down uh, when I booked my date, and then another 15 when I came in for my final surgery thing situation, and
Mhm.
then they were like, "That's all you have to pay." Then afterwards, they billed my insurance, send it back, and then I get another bill
Yep.
for whatever the fuck I can't even think of. It was either another 15 or 2,000 or something. I have to go look, but it was a substantial fucking difference.
Yeah.
Was like, cool, I don't have that. That's just fantastic. I'll just
Right.
pull this out of my asshole. Thank you very
Yes.
much. I'm like,
Exactly.
that's it's literally what I feel. I'm like,
No,
man,
yeah.
okay. I asked you how many times. So
Mhm.
like, just if so that's just something to think about. Like, it's
That was my
possible.
experience too. I
Yeah.
paid, and they told me this is all you'll have to pay. And I was like, sweet,
Hmm.
pay. Paid it
So
off because I had
exciting.
been saving that up. I was like, hell yeah,
I'm
my
ready
titties are
now.
paid off.
Yeah.
And then like I 6-7 months after surgery, I get billed like like you said, a substantial amount. I wa-
You got billed more than me for sure.
I got billed
Yeah.
way more than you. And
Yeah.
I was like, I called him. I was like, I don't know what the hell you think this is, but I was told.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they were
Yeah.
like, something. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what it was.
Get
I
that
can't
shit. I
remember.
would. I would just say get that
But
shit in writing.
I will say I've been on a payment plan,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
I will have my titties paid off fully in May of 2026. So
holy fucking shit.
that will be when they
Celebration,
are
my man.
fully paid off. I'm
Yes.
still paying. I'm still paying on these bad
What are you
boys.
gonna do? Put them back on? No.
Right now, what are you gonna do?
I paid what you told me to pay. So if you fuck something up somewhere, or maybe some days they'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is a mistake. Here's a check for older Beau." You'll be like, "Oh, dope. Okay, sounds great. Can't wait."
Oh, that'd be nice,
Shit.
wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Wouldn't
Fifteen
it? Yeah.
thousand
You're
dollar
like,
check. Sorry.
sorry. Here, I'll take that. Appreciate you.
Ugh.
Yeah. No. What can someone think about though for about like recovery? So if they're thinking about like what
Recovery.
What should they think about, like supplies or things that they should probably
Yeah.
have on
This is the
hand?
big one, right? This is what everybody's like, what do I need? What do I need?
I want to shop and make sure I got my stuff
Right.
ready because they're all excited. They have to wait for forever usually for their top surgery date.
Yeah,
So you're like, what can I do?
for
What did
sure.
you do?
Well, I cannot sleep on my back. I'm not a back sleeper. I've never been
Me
able to do
either.
it. I can't, like, sometimes if I'm tired enough, I'll start to like fall asleep in a chair, like while I'm watching a movie or whatever. But I always wake
Mhm.
up like every 15 minutes, snoring or
Yeah,
something. And I can't. So you have to sleep on your back after surgery. So
yeah,
also our bed is like an elevated bed, and it was, when I had surgery, it was pushed up into the corner of a wall, and my side was the part that was pushed up. Anyway, I couldn't get in and out of bed without using my arms, so I couldn't get in bed. I couldn't sleep in
yeah.
bed because I had to climb up and climb down, and I
And
couldn't
get
do
in
that
there.
without my
Yeah,
arms. Right. So
yeah.
I was I was burdened to the couch, and
Ah,
and to prevent me from rolling over, I got a big pregnancy pillow that's like
yes.
a J shape. I want to tell you that I still sleep with that every night. It's
Oh my god.
it's
Yeah.
probably one of the best things I've ever gotten for myself, like surgery or otherwise. It's just very comfortable.
It's almost a U. It's almost a U, but
Yeah,
it's
it's like
like
a
a.
J, like a capital
It's more of a
J.
J. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bo actually got that for me as a gift for
Yeah.
pre-top surgery. And I was so excited to have it. And we were also expecting little Lila, our daughter.
Mhm.
So, Bo was like, well, when you're done with top surgery, then Kayla can have it for when she's pregnant, while she's pregnant. And I think, no, we were trying. I don't know. When I was preparing, we were trying. I don't know, some shit like that. My memory's terrible,
I think
but
I think I
I know.
got it. I got it for you because you had already tested positive for being pregnant with, not you, Kayla did. tested
Yeah,
pregnant
yeah, yeah.
for being tested positive for being pregnant with Lila, and then
Yes,
you had also like just you were planning your top surgery at the same time. So I was like,
yeah,
here's the pregnancy / top surgery
yeah.
present.
It's a dual
Yeah,
purpose. Yeah, a thousand
right.
percent. I'll tell you what though, that pillow, like I guess our main tip is get the fucking pillow because let me tell you,
Right.
let me tell you, I also can't sleep on my back. I can't sleep on my back. It's shit. And I thought in my sleep I would naturally try and roll to the side and eventually flip to my stomach because like my legs twitch if I don't flip to my stomach. I don't know. I'm just a
Mhm.
stomach sleeper. And of course, just like you, I was sent to the couch, not by Kayla, obviously, but because I thought that I wouldn't be able to prevent myself from flipping over. And to be honest, after I
Mhm.
got top surgery, I I came home, I was like too scared to lay down flat. I wanted to just like be very careful with my whole body and was like, I'll sleep in
Mhm.
L, it's fine. Because like I
Mhm.
don't know. I was just like really delicate and like scared of like damaging it or like making it worse or being like having terrible, I don't know, just ruining something. So
Yeah,
I
right.
kept myself on the couch and I
You're very
remember me and
fragile.
yeah, yeah, I did. And I remember messaging you and you had the same like issue. We didn't have top surgery at the exact same time, but we had it a few months apart. And
Yeah.
I remember messaging you and being like, I'm on the couch. I miss snuggling so bad because like I'm a
Mhm.
softie. I'm a snuggler. Like I missed Kayla so bad. I was like, I'm out here sleeping by myself every night for weeks. And like it was just pitiful. I was getting really
Yeah.
sad out there. And I would
Yeah.
message you like late at night, and I was like, I can't fucking do this, man. This sucks. I'm like, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go
I
lay
know, I
back down in the
remember.
bed. I'm gonna go
My
try
poor
it.
heart.
I was,
I know,
I
and I
was
was
so
feeling it
sad.
too, because I was like, I miss my bed. I always slept the best next to Tim. Like, even if we don't touch, like just him laying next to me makes me sleep good. And
Yeah, yeah,
and I can't sleep on my belly. And I'm like, I'm in pain
Yeah.
and I'm wrapped up
Yeah.
and there's drains inside me and like
There's so
I'm
much
miserable.
happening at once.
Yeah, there's
Oh
so
my
much
god, yeah.
happening at once. And also, I want to talk about the drains
Oh,
cuz
the
like
drains.
I was not prepared for how fucking uncomfortable those drains are. And I want everybody to understand exactly what it's like. Because when they were like, okay, you're going to have drains, it's going to drain the fluid out, what I thought when I saw the pictures of like people having drains in their sides, because I've seen the pictures, what I thought it
Yeah.
was it like the tube was connected here and it was just like sitting there in the side, like only a few inches into the skin under the armpit to collect all the
Mm-hmm.
fluid and drain out. No, there
Mm-hmm.
is about 2 feet of tubing stuck into it, goes in under the armpit, at the end of your incision, a little bit below the end of your incision, goes in under there, and then it goes under your pec, up your sternum, under your collarbone, and it coils around thusly a couple of times.
I
Like a
never.
snail shell, like coiled up like that underneath of your skin.
Oh my!
So
I did not know that either. I also thought it was
yeah,
only a few inches because I didn't have
yeah.
drains, but I'll talk about that after. But I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
you didn't have trains. Yeah, holy. It was so uncomfortable and I'm so glad that typically you only have to do that for 7 days, but when I tell you those 7 days were the longest days of healing, like
Yeah.
after that I feel like healing just it went by
Yeah.
so fast. Like you change your nipple
Yeah.
pads, it seems like a week later your nipples are pink, and then like a week later they're like, okay, you can raise your arms, and a week later they're like, okay, you can go back, and it's all in like a week. But man, that first week felt like 3 months. Those drains.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that's the thing. That was something that another thing that you should consider when you're talking with when you're thinking about your surgeon is whether they use drains or not. Now, I going into mine, the first person I was talking to was going to use drains as my surgeon. My insurance
Mhm,
changed and I went to a different surgeon. That person
mhm,
was not going to use drains as a strategy, and I'm like, okay, so I do crazy research about this, and I'm like, all right, sounds like I'm getting a mixed bag, right? Some people are saying, yeah, no problem. Some people are saying that's going to cause dog ears.
mhm,
So that's exactly what it's going to do. And so I'm like, I'm rolling the dice either way, and I had the same thing as you. I'd like just get them the fuck off. I'll deal with it later. We'll either get a revision surgery, tattoo, whatever. We'll do what we got to do. Like it's
mhm,
with them off will be better than anything else. So, and maybe it'll be fine. You never know. Maybe, and so
mhm.
that was kind of my thought process going into it. Um, I was positive. And after I got out of surgery, I loved my results. I was so excited, super pumped. But I did notice a little bit of swelling that looked a little bit more than the average swelling immediately. And he was something that he was like, it'll go down, it'll go down, it'll go down. And eventually, now that I'm I don't know, multiple years top surgery,
Yeah.
I've had like on both sides and they did not go away whatsoever. And I'm
Mhm,
wondering, is it because I didn't use drains? And it's possible. I don't know. But I did talk to somebody about getting a revision for my dog ears because they are pretty severe. The way, at
I
least
will
for me, the
disagree,
way that
but
the way that I feel about them, I guess, feels pretty severe.
yeah.
And
And
so
I mean
I
that's
was
what's
just kind of getting
important,
some
but
thoughts. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, compared to before, I still am willy nilly taking my shirt off. I don't care. It's just like it just looks like chunk that you just can't get rid of. So I'm just like whatever. So I'm like I'm I went and talked to somebody who was doing revision surgeries,
mhm,
and I was excited to kind of get his thought process. And they were like an affirming place and stuff. And something that he mentioned is that I will have drains for the revision surgery
mm, mhm.
when and if I choose to do that. So that is
Well,
something that I will be, you know, I will
when
be.
you're thinking of how miserable you feel that first week you have those drains in, just remember
Yeah,
that there's 2 feet coiled under
yeah,
your skin there. And
Yeah, exactly.
I
I'm like,
want
no.
I was also okay, listen, getting the tubes out, I was very concerned that it was going to hurt. Um
Hmm.
I felt like
Yeah,
I felt very fragile, and I was afraid that it was going to hurt, but it did. When I say it felt good, it felt oh, first of all, the site, the drain entrance site gets rather
yeah,
itchy. Gets rather
yeah.
itchy, and you can't scratch it. But when she
Right.
took it out, it was like the tube feels like a gummy worm. It's not rigid. It's not hard. It's
Yeah,
very squishy and soft. So she takes the stitches off of the drain site to release the tube, and then she puts her hand on my chest, and she was very Aaron. I think I sent you the videos. My partner recorded this whole thing so that Aaron could like
hmm,
watch it and stuff. Of
yeah.
like what, and she's
Prepare.
walking me through it, and because I
Yeah,
told her to walk me through it, because I
yeah.
was like, can you just like tell me what you're doing as you're doing it?
Oh, that's
Because
such a
like,
big hack. Oh my God, tell them about that for
yes,
real.
because
That was a big thing for me.
I can't feel really much of what's going on down here, and I don't want to look down, but I'm like very concerned.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I need
yeah,
you
yeah,
to tell.
yeah,
And she was great. She was like, okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put my hand on your chest, and then I'm going to tell you to take a deep breath and breathe, and I'm going to drag this out of you, and then it'll only take a second, and then it'll be out. And I was like, okay, great. And she was like,
yeah,
let me know when you're ready. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then she did. That's exactly what she
yeah,
did. She's like, okay, I'm with my hand on
yeah,
you, and we're pulling, and we're pulling, and we're out. And that was,
yeah,
ooh, it scratched the itch, and I immediately felt this like pressure relief off of
yeah.
my out of my chest after those. Oh God, I can't tell you how good that felt.
Oh
Scabby,
my
still
God, yeah,
scabby as anything, like scabby nipples, scabby. Oh, but God,
yeah.
that felt good.
That was such a huge tip for me, bro. Because when I went in, I had, like you said, I had terrible bedside manner. Not only was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like average. It was just felt like a very average appointment with a surgeon. But then the nurses were not very friendly. I'll just be straight.
Yeah.
And so when I didn't have to go back to get my drains taken out, but I did have to go back to get my stitches of my nipples taken out. So
Mhm.
when they did that, I remembered you telling me that was so helpful with you, is telling them to like tell me what you're going to do before you do it. So the nurse is coming in, and she's like, do you mind lifting your shirt? And I was like, yeah. So I lift my shirt and I lean back, and she just goes to lean in and do it. And I was like, wait, can you tell me exactly what you're going to do before you do it? And she was like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do here, and like, I literally like made her, even though you could tell she was like, you know what I mean? But she was like,
Yeah.
explained it, and it did make me feel better. So definitely consider that as a hack, because
Yeah.
that's a big one. Like, make them slow down and communicate. I understand they may have a lot going on or whatever, but
Mhm.
this is your moment, and this is your surgery, and it's important that you feel like comfortable before, during, and after, to make sure that you get that experience that you deserve, because that's a tricky
Absolutely.
one. Yeah.
Um I also want to mention that like when I went back for surgery, I'm telling these people that my anxiety is really really high, and they're like, "Okay, great. We'll give you some meds for that to calm you down, right?" And Aaron
Mhm.
knows the story. It was like every time
Yeah.
so just so you know, they can't give you meds. They can't give you like woo-woo meds until you're done signing all the papers, because you can't sign things when you're under the influence, right? So I'm
Yeah.
shaking like a leaf. Every time somebody comes in, they're like, how you doing? And I'm like, anxious. Could I get something for that? And they're like, yeah, we got to make sure you sign all those papers first. And I'm like, okay, where's the papers? Bring me the papers so I can sign these freaking papers.
Yeah.
It must have been
I'm
like
freaking
five
out.
people coming in and out. And every time I'm like, can I get those papers?
Anybody got a paper?
Right? Please, can I sign these papers? I'm shaking like a
I'm
leaf over here.
I'm freaking out. Yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
they do give you a little bit right before they take you
right
back to
before.
kind of like
Yeah.
relax you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
it
get
hits
in
quick.
there, and then they give you the full dose, which it makes you just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really fall asleep. I was surprised with how much I remembered, but but
Yeah.
yeah, after a minute, it was like gone.
I remember them giving me the dose. I remember feeling it immediatamente, bro.
In your room, in your room,
It wasn't in a room. Yeah, I guess in a room.
or in your
It was just
bed.
like
It wasn't like
in a
in the
bed.
surgery room though.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. In
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bed. I was waiting for surgery, not in like a room
Okay,
per
got you,
se.
got you.
Um and then they gave me the dose in my room. They're like, okay, you're going back. And so they're wheeling me back. They have to wheel me through the waiting room to get to the hallway to go to the the OR. Which
Who's in charge of this workflow? But
I know.
okay.
I'm like, you need to get fired or something because they gave me that dose, wheeled me through and I was like, woo, my titties are gone.
You did
Shouted
not.
through the. I'm
You
getting
did
my
not.
titties off, y'all.
Oh my god! Yes.
Shouting in this waiting room.
Oh my god! Was Tim
And
in
they're
the
like-
waiting room?
They're like, okay, yeah, Tim and my mom.
So they remembered and saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then I remember getting to the OR, and then the team like lifted me from the bed to like the surgery table, and I
Mhm.
remember the surgery table was like narrower than my body was. I remember
Mhm.
like feeling it between my shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it was like a
it should have been.
concrete slab. It was like concrete. And it was a very narrow table. And then they were listening to smooth R&B. I can't remember what exactly song it was, but I remember saying, "Ooh, these are the vibes in here." And then they put the mask on me, and that's all I remember. But
Yeah.
one thing I didn't know going into surgery again was that you stop breathing on the table, and it's someone's job in that room to manually breathe for you.
Oh, like when you go under
Yeah.
for any type of surgery, someone has to breathe for you while you're under.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when
Oh.
I know that like when you go under for like dental work, you don't go under so much that you stop breathing. It's only like a little bit. But
Right.
yeah,
But for surgery.
for surgery, yeah, you stop breathing.
Whoa.
And someone's whole job is to breathe for you. In and out, in and out. They do the whole thing.
Where did we go for hours? I want to know.
It's just like that kind of freaked. I didn't know that going in. I'm kind of glad I didn't know that
did
going
not
in.
know
So
that.
if that freaks you out about surgery, I'm sorry, but that's why there's like everybody in there. There's a whole team of people in there.
Yeah.
It's not just
Everybody has a
surgeon.
job.
Right. It's like 15 people in there making sure that you're okay. And one of them is breathing for you. That's their only job, is to make sure that you are inhaling and exhaling. And then there's another person's job to make sure that that person's doing the right job. And then, so
Yeah.
it's normal and fine and okay, and it's totally like
Just-
legit, but it's just
Yeah,
kind of like a bit of a frightening sentiment when you think about it.
Oh well, wow, got you. Yeah. So make sure that you're feeling a little emotionally ready, as emotionally ready as you can. Make sure you got your support systems, like he said. He had Tim and his mom in his waiting room. Bro, I could not get a hold of freaking Tim to save my life. So I tracked down
I was
Bro's
the worst
mom
about
on
that.
Facebook. I tried, and I was like, "Hi, you don't know me, but never talked to you, but Beau's my boy, and I need to know. It's been a minute. I just wanted to just make sure he was out. I'll leave everyone alone. Just tell me you're okay, and I'll leave."
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I didn't give Tim your number. I was so
I don't know.
stupid.
I think I just assumed I had it because we've met up so many times, like once a year for the past few years. So I was like, oh, I have it. And then I went to like look for it and was like, oh fuck. And I was like, do I blow up his phone? I'm sure I probably did, because I assumed Tim had it, but then he wasn't. I don't know. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was so happy once it was done, but that was awesome. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
But make sure you
I
have
remember.
your people.
I remember now. I remember. I came home. I messaged you and I told you that I was having tomato soup.
Yes, you did.
And then
Yep.
I threw it all up.
And your mom sent me a little clip of you in the car on the way home.
Oh my God, she did.
Yeah. I'll have to
I
track that
didn't know
down. Yeah.
that. You have to
But
show
he was
me.
like, you were just like, hi, I'm okay. I'm going home. Okay. Love you. Bye. I'm so tired or some shit. I'm gonna have to track that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and if you guys want some more information on our top surgery journeys, we've got, we've been doing this for a minute. We haven't done it very consistently. The first few years, we were finding our flow, but now we are getting pretty. We're getting pretty consistent. I think we're like our 10th, 11th. This is our 11th week in a row that we've been dropping pods. So we're here now. We're here to stay. But if you want to go back and check out our top surgery episodes, we have like literally before Beau's top surgery, his after top surgery, his reveal. I've got those on there. So go check those out. Dig it in the archive. See what you find. Let us know what you think. Yeah, drop some tips below of what you guys have experienced of
Have you had
yours,
your top
because
surgery yet? Where'd you get it
seriously,
done? Do you like your results?
what helped the most?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
let us know if you have any ideas for a future episode, and we will see you
In
in the
next
next
one.
one.
All right.
Bye.
Peace out.